To the point topic is Lightburn and how to create a spider web from scratch. Halloween will be coming up soon, so this will come in handy. So grab a square and just drag out a rectangle and drop it and leave it kind of large in the beginning. Click your selector tool. We want to be able to go to the shape properties tab and just round off the corners a little bit. 4 should do it. And with it selected, you can just make it small. We're not really measuring because you'll be able to resize this and use it however you need to. With it selected, Control D, and then use the period key or the comma key. Period rotates clockwise and the comma key rotates counterclockwise. And then we can pull one down and we know we have about half of that top piece. Then we'll Control D and then right key over, Control D again and left key over. We only need these 3 pieces. And then we're just going to put them right here and set them at a 45-degree angle. And if you wanted to be sure you were exactly on 45, you could use the pencil tool. Start in the center of this one, left click your mouse, hold shift, release your mouse, and then pull it out. Left click, right click, release your shift, and then you can click the selector tool. Then you'll be able to line this up exactly on a 45. So if you were doing a finished piece, you might want to do that. Like that. It's closer than what I had estimated as a 45 in the beginning. And I used to do construction work. So once that one's there, really I didn't need to get this one. I'm just going to delete it. I'm going to select this one. I'm going to Control D and then Control Shift H to flip it horizontally. Then I can use the arrow key, left arrow key, and pull it over there. We can get rid of this line, delete, and now we have half of our spider web. So we can select everything, go over to the modification tools, and just weld it together. All right, so there's our start. We'll put some webs in here. And then we'll flip this over and pull it all together. So we're going to grab a circle, hold the shift key, draw out a perfect circle, click the selector tool, and then go up to arrange and down to break apart. Now we've got 4 equal parts on this circle. We'll just move this out of the way. We only need 1 piece. And it's going to go in here. So we are going to turn this and stretch it and make it touch both sides and make it look like a spider web. That looks pretty good. Now we're going to select it and go to the offset tool. And we will offset by 2 millimeters. That should do it. It's a you just want an outward offset, round, and 2 millimeters should be fine. Let's see what 3 looks like. Okay, we'll do 3. Click OK, and then you can pull that original piece out. You can work with this a little bit to get it more on the edge. Put it wherever you like. Then we're going to duplicate, and we're going to move us another one up. And then we're going to resize it a little bit. Sometimes when you're not, when your piece is not level, it doesn't, it may resize in an odd way. So as long as you get it looking the way you want it to, you'll be okay. If somebody thinks it's crooked, that'll be their problem. Then select this one, Control D. I just moved it out with the left arrow key. Oh, I'm sorry, right. I get my directions mixed up sometimes, folks, but that's okay. It'll be all right in the end. So now, that looks pretty good. I hope I didn't have that behind my head the whole time. If I did, I guess I'll just do the video over and you will never know. All right, so now we want to group these together. We could just weld them all, but we want to take these and duplicate them over here. So select one, shift, select the next one, and continue to hold shift and select the next one. Then you can go up top and group together. And then we can duplicate, and we can shift control H, and then use your right arrow keys. And with any luck, this will get close to where we need it just by moving it over. And I'm calling that good. That looks pretty good. Okay, now we're going to control D and get us another one and move it out. And we have to reposition this one to get it to fit here. Just play around with it, folks, and get it to where you like it. And we may even have to resize it a little bit. Just work with it until it touches both sides, something like that. And once you get that one, you can control D and then shift control H, flip that one around, and then use your left arrow key and move this one into position like that. And that's pretty close. That looks a little weird right there on that spot for some reason, but I'm going to call it okay. And you can work around with this and play with it and perfect it. So select everything and go over to weld and weld it all together. So we have a spider web. So we can get rid of these pieces up here we don't need. And I know this to the point is a little longer than the norm, but I think it'll be useful. So now we're going to control D, and then we're going to shift control V for vertical, and then we're just going to move it up. If you use those hotkeys, it'll help keep everything aligned, and then you can get it right where you need it. Select everything and weld it together. And there we go, folks. We have a spider web. Well, y'all let me know if this was helpful and if you'd like to see more of this type of video. And if you have any suggestions for topics, just drop them in the comments and I'll do my best to get to them. So if you have an art library set up, you can select your graphic, click Import Graphic from Project, give it a name, click OK, and now you have an original vector of a spider web that you can use anytime you need. And if you don't have an art library, I'll drop a link in the description with some directions on how to set one up.